practitioners 18 Shavakas lek Nyentu Deva Chub Jese. The the principle there is a 4 class, 4 like groups. That was the beginning. One is Buddha's passed away, and then there is inside one group they speak Sanskrit, very much connect to the Mahayanas collection of the Buddha's teaching. And then it becomes 4 subclass, 8, and then it's also more like Sutra subclass, 18 Shavakas class. That is, if you can really to look at in the Abhisamaya Lankara. Okay, now it's like this is the path today. Just we studied part of the conjunction, and with like part of the conjunctions, there is in the I don't know in the our Sheda book. It's called the 4 stages of definitive distinctions. That lazy translate looks like very nice. That is the 4 stages of definitive distinctions. The stage of the warmth and peak, forbearance, supreme dharma. During that time, we practice the like Namshon Ombo Ngas in Tibet, Namshon Ombo Nga. That means it's like 5 faculties connect to the more and the nirvanas. And in the gate knowledges, you call the 5 powers and strengths. And during these 4 stages of definitive distinctions, the first like warmth and the peaks, during this true stages, when we practice 5 faculties of the nirvanas, and these 5 faculties we call the 5 faculties, power 5 faculties, and the faith, so on, faculties of the faith, quite powerful. And then is like the start 3rd stage of definitive the distinctions, yes, distinctions, definitive distinctions, that one. And then it's like forbearance, supreme dharma. During that time, so these 5 faculties of the nirvana is become the very strength, like kind of the maturated something. And because it's like you are almost reaching, you have like kind of never ever return to back kind of the samsara. After the supreme, the dharma is not stay there longer, you be part of the seeing. Then this path of the seeings, we are talking about the 16 wisdoms. Today I want to only this one, 16 wisdoms connect to the 4 noble truths, and based this classification is comes from the, you can look in the Kinjuk, the gate knowledge, the Matthew, he translated that nice. For instance, the truth of the sufferings, it says that the how do you say, it's like for the subsequent of phenomena, and then it's like then the cognition of the phenomena, and then it's no yes, and first this cognition of the with phenomena, I don't know, you say with, and subsequent cognition of the forbearance, yes, and then second one is like jizut, subsequent the forbearance, cognition, and subsequent forbearance. Okay, these ones. But this you need to, in Tibetan is quite very easy to say for me, but in English so complicated. And chuzu, chushi, jizu, jihise. And that is like we would to say is like maybe according the path and the path of the seeing, and like this. And then maybe we can tomorrow is like a little bit more like this. And also it's like that moment is like a more very strong the meditation. We are basically is talking about the sustained calm and the profound inside. For example, when you be in the path of the seeings, your sustained calm is very strong. There's the four wisdoms, and like maybe it's like you can to say the true wisdom of the wisdom of the cognitions, and also you have this special wisdom of forbearance and wisdom of the bearance. This is true, and this is like during the meditative concentrations, and one-pointedness of the cognitions, wisdoms. And then it's like for post-meditations, you have the such wisdom of the forbearance. And like the and it's like kind of the subsequent wisdoms. Yeah, and therefore this is like very special. Yours is like almost at the how do you say, it's like a unification. You reach the unification of the sustained calm and profound insight, or you can do this, say the united meditation of the samadhi or karma budding, and the vipassana of the supreme insight, and like this. And then it's like maybe also yesterday we studied according the how do you say, the 9 vehicles, and we studied the Suttayanas, and we studied some is like a short way the Mantrayanas, and also in the Mantrayanas outer 3 tantras we already kind of read and studied kind of. Today is like a little bit talking about the inner tantras. The inner tantra, it is the like Mantrayanas, Maha, Ana, At, 3 there is. This is like 7th is called the Mahayogi Tepas, the yoga of the tantra Mahayoga. I would say the Mahayoga tantra is much better, but this is maybe is English way. The yana of the tantra Mahayoga, difficult to say. The Maha Tantra Yoga, okay, Maha Tantra Yoga. The yana of the Tantra yana, Maha Tantra yana, okay, Maha Yogi. And this is, of course, we have our own translation by the Matthews, and we have but we published this the 9 vehicle 2 texts. One is Dzogchen Ranyak Rinpoche, one is the how do you call the Lama's name of the Ling Longtu Janso, and this is like the Ripa, this translation Adam. We already got the permission. This one we published this one, and we kept exact like this, and maybe correct, maybe also maybe like the updated, maybe if we have, but we have Matthew's translation. Maybe we will slowly to publish that. And this is says, it's a little bit the vehicle of the Mahayoga. Mahayoga is the really resource of all the tantric vehicles. It's the principle of the tantric foundation of the tantric path. Mahayoga is great yoga, And it's yoga tantra is divided. Yoga tantra, great yoga tantra. This is the Mahayoga. And great tantra yoga, so great the tantra, the Mahayoga divided to three, like Mahayoga, Aniyoga, Ati Yoga. It's so called because it is the superior to ordinary yoga tantras. And because it's the superiors, the ordinary yoga tantra, this means it's like outer yoga tantras, and this one is the superiors, this outer yoga tantra ordinary. Since all the phenomena are realized to be a magical discipline in which appearance and emptiness are indivisible. There is, you understand, fantastic. Here is never concerned separately appearances and emptiness, or it's like appearances, deities. And appearances and deities, it says the indivisibles, indivisible. And indivisible of the appearances, emptiness, each self has the phenomenon, like discipline. Discipline, magic discipline comes from the displays, display, magic display, magic display. Magic display means it's expression, movement. That movement, magic discipline, comes from the unification, indivisible of appearance and emptiness. And here is the emptiness. And also it's like more connect to the Lord, but it's like more nice. In Tibet it's La is the appearances and deities. Deities. Appearances and deities are indivisible. Why it says? You say it's emptiness, maybe our dualistic perspective. Emptiness become the deities. Now there's one point. Appearances and deities indivisibility. What does it mean? That means the how to say, it's like the empty how to say, the true nature of the phenomena, all the phenomena are realized the indivisibility of appearances and deities. Do you understand? All the phenomena are, you realize that, indivisible of appearances and emptiness. Then whatever magic discipline or movement is deity. There's no like kind of power from where is the which phenomena, because all the phenomena of the samsara and nirvana doesn't matter. You realize that the indivisible of the appearances, deities. Then from that, whatever discipline, movement, and it's coming out, it's the same, it's a deity. If you say it's like emptiness and a little bit, maybe it's like, and therefore it's like emptiness is a representative of the maybe deities. Or maybe here the deity is, the emptiness is as a nature, appearances is maybe more, it's like you can to see things. The discipline is magic discipline, is the emptiness magic discipline, you can to see. Magic discipline of appearances, and appearances emptiness. Maybe you can to say the indivisibility of the deity and emptiness. Also you can to say appearances is deity, the emptiness is the nature. Then Emptiness is the maybe deity or not deity. It's good but go beyond. Appearances is deities. And maybe like this, okay, maybe now you understand that. Fantastic. I don't want more details. Then there's the 5 stages, like a kind of the point of the entering, view, meditation, action, result. It's wonderful. We necessary to check. The entry point, it's a like normal way. In the when we are in the tantras, then is the first is like entry point, and Shavaka Pachika Buddhas start the renunciation. Bodhicittas, of course, renunciation to generate bodhicitta, and the tantric immediately generate pure perceptions, but also the empowerment is talking about. Here is once one's mind has been matured through the receiving the 10 out benefiting empowerments. Okay, this is like kind of maybe we can to say Mahayogas. How many empowerment? Like a kind of the you can to say 18 empowerment. And outer, it says you look the outer benefiting empowerment, 10 out benefit empowerment, 5 inner enabling empowerment. That's like maybe I would say that the 5 inner enabling means it's like a kind of the stability, yes? It's like strength, nupas, and empowerment. And then there are the 3 secret profound empowerment, and together there are the 16 that keep the this according to this empowerment samayas. They are described in the text. There is the 18 empowerment according to the Mahayogas, great Mahayoga tantras. And okay, maybe we can do this. Then is probably if I'm say it's like this 10 outer like a kind of the benefit, yes? It says the benefiting empowerment. 10 outer benefiting empowerment. Maybe in Chopin's to memorize that. And why it is you need to like think about this. When lamas give empowerment, this is the Triya Yoga or Charya Yoga or Mahayogas. And now you are coding how you need to think. For example, yesterday we are setting the mandalas, and that time is in the middle you put the vase, and then is the front there is you put the tsagli, the pictures, and then there are the coding the tantras. For example, we can just say the tantra yoga, triya yoga. Triya yoga, I think is only the truth, only one like kind of, at least like you need the 4 yes, I think so. Why? Because at the end you need 3 auspicious. You know, it's like 8 specials, something like any empowerment you need. And then it's like sometimes there's a 3. And then it's like the first one is like first Triya Yoga, only the crown. Only one. Then you put there's a 3 tal, 4 tal, nothing more. And then is the Charya Yoga is true. Like okay, water doesn't matter. And the Quran, which one is? Vaja, bell, yes. Okay, name 4. I think 4, yes. 5. 4 zal is I think 5 empowerment because water is not zal. And this 4 zal, and then is the 3 last one is you added 7 zal, yes. I think then it's like these deities, okay? Quoting the deity. I can to take example. For example, when you receive the Yimka Deshin Jamo, you received, for example, you received this attribute. Attribute, for example, Yimka's left hand, what? The mother, and his. Okay, this is true, and also the garlic flowers, and also sometimes this empowerment, according this empowerment, there's this also ptsala you need to put like this. For example, Rinzan Dupas, I think Rinzan Dupas ptsala not that, but you need to 8 the Vijayadharas, 25 disciples, and all of them you need to put. Sometimes Rinzan Dupas ptsala is like become big. And all this day just the front that, and the principle like this, then is the main in the main, okay, it is like we are now looking according the tantras, Traya Yoga, Chaya Yoga, then is the Maha Yoga, the great Maha Yogas, how much they need the like a substantial, but then according the deities, each this the Techu itself. And then it's like I can to say it's like, for example, Rinzan Dupas. Maybe Rinzan Dupas like principally is the Maha like the Ana Yogas, and it's like very very high. Maybe it's like Ana Yogas, maybe like almost a 3 empowerment, body, speech, mind, and almost you don't need it all. For example, there's a base at the sometimes they do this, sometimes the outer like the 5 families. The most times empowerment you need, but sometimes Rinzan Dupa high and at yoga you don't need. But of course, elaborate you have 5 Buddha families. You have Quran, Vajra, Bill, names, these talas, and afterwards, then this the according the deities. But it's like for the if you don't put the according this statue. And then there is the like a body, speech, mind. Then is there's not very much, but it's like because if this Maha Yoga's perspective, then you need this like kind of outer like the benefiting in 10 outer benefit. There's like kind of do you have, for example, maybe it says like a 10 empowerment. Like basically it is like 4, but there is add. Maybe I can to make list. Maybe we can to make list to study, and Mahayoga's outer 10 benefit empowerment. Then 5 inner the empowerment. Maybe it's the 5 Buddha families empowerment, and then is the 3 secret profound empowerment. That is the just like body, speech, mind principally. Sometimes there is a precious word of mind, and this keep then according to the Samayas they are described like this. And this is like a little bit. Then is Mahayoga's like a how do you say view. Maybe we can to study tomorrow. Today we studied a little bit about the view, how it is the Mahayoga, basically Mahayoga, Ana Yoga, At Yoga, this kind of. Yeta vitan bits refer to dalam, no one to the cord dumbunya, langitopchi, conzut you tomchi, dance and leech, okay, maybe you can to study, you have lot of times. By the means of the extraordinary line of the reason is extraordinary line reasons, and like a kind of this logically one establishes and then realize that the indivisibility of the true higher levels of the realities. Yesterday we already studied this one, supreme what you said, the supreme indivisibility of true truth. Exactly the same here. Indivisibility of the true higher levels of the realities. And this is, and then is like realities according to the which is the cause for the appearances of the essential natures, appearances of the essential nature. This essential nature is like kind of the intrinsic awareness, essential nature. The seven riches of the absolute. Seven riches of the absolute. Yes, seven riches absolute truth. Last time I taught to you based body, speech, mind, and activity qualities, and they added what? Absolute space in tondam. Primordial wisdoms 6. Okay, this ing tondam, yehi tondams. Ing tondam, yehi tondam, ing tondam, yehi tondams. Okay, these seven like kind of the riches of the absolute truth is there. And then it's like absolute. It is spontaneously presented within the few awareness that is beyond the conceptual elaboration, and all the relative phenomena naturally appear as the mandal of the deity of the three seat. This is very, very important. The mandal of the deities of the three seat. Seat is like kind of the faculties, and then it's like I think it's the limbs, and then is the object of the desirables, and they are like kind of the deities. That means it's like a kind of the wrathful, peaceful. If you study the Kalni Shutro Karma Limbas, then maybe a little bit. This our body is the seat of the deities. Maybe you can to say it's like, for example, in the Yemka Deshin Jamos talking about our body. Like a body is the really there's a palace of the deities. Each faculties, each like kind of, even the hair is, and everything is like kind of the secret like areas of the palace of the deities. And then it's maybe it is we can do. Okay, now questions. Do you have question or not? No question. Okay.
Thank you. Ami Nakamoto asks, when we receive the four empowerments in the daily practice of Guru Yoga, which Tantra do they belong to?
This is like general, all the Tantra, and particularly the connect to the heart essence of Longchen Yinti. And according to the empowerment is this, the basic empowerment, the empowerment of the path, maturation empowerment, basic to receive empowerment, you receive empowerment from your teacher, and in the path you receive the empowerment, you give empowerment yourself. That is the four empowerment in the according the preliminary practice. And this is connected to the more like a kind of the inner tantras. Then maturation empowerment, when you be enlightenment, that moment in the Buddha Bodhisattvas you receive one empowerment, last moment.
Thank you. Irina Timoshenko asks, Rinpoche-la, I heard that Dzogchen and also Uttara Tantra are connected with the view of the Chittamatra. Is that correct?
Incorrect. It's in the Uttara Tantra's Chittamatra class talking about luminosities. And the luminosity is like a little bit maybe connect to the you said the great perfections. And but the view is the great perfections in the Madhyamaka Pasangika's view. It's the similarity. Yesterday we already read it. This is our book in the how it is the says the Shantakirti and the Ronzon Chuzons. And they like kind of the great perfections view of the alpha purity kadak. And you need to like a definitive need to understand, then you need to know about the Pasangika's view, not say the Chittamata's view. But Chittamatas, they talk about luminosity, these Buddha natures. Then it's a very much, it is like, why it is, because it's like in the great perfections, in the tantras is more talking about the luminosities. And the Pasangika, Madhyamaka Pasangika's views, point of view, and the tantric higher view of the like a kind of the great perfections, and the essence nature's perspective is same essence nature's views, but the luminosity perspective there is the different because of the clarity, detail, complexions. Yesterday we already kind of read it. You didn't read it? Haha. Okay.
Thank you. Yana says, Rinpoche, good afternoon. Before you mentioned that realization of Shravaka's Arhat is similar to the seventh Bhumi Bodhisattva's realization. Could you clarify one more time, please, if Bodhisattvas experience reality as union of emptiness and luminosity, but Shravakas never do because their view is defected, in which perspective are their realizations similar? Thank you.
There is, I can do example, okay? I give you example. You go to the Pacific Ocean, you drink it, one glass of this ocean's water, then you come back, someone says, did you drink Pacific Ocean's water? You say yes. But you didn't drink all of them. But you drink it. What you drink it, it is what you drink the glass of this ocean water, and this water itself is exactly the same. But completed you drink it or not completed, that is the different. And then is of course Shavaka Buddhas also they based meditation. And it's like this until it's like they reach the, but then in the certain like pure there is the three bhumis. During that time is they are like need to purify the subtle obscuration of the cognitive, someone to say that. Then is there is no cannot go more rich. They said it's like yeah, they reach the seven bhumis. That's all. Okay, thank you very much. Attention. Now we need to Sonam Daya Tamche Zipanya Tonini Podana Point. Hiegana Jivalan Tripaya Sapan Sole Indrokandrova Sho. Kongri rarwe korwa shin kamasa pandang dewa malu jongwa ni shen ren zewa tenza janso Shape santi parda danger ji lami kose damba do kanya yong la de she jong da yen ma le tso sa de yon ni nyer de song ji sa la go pa shu shi vai kan de yong da la ma don dar me che je ba la lo she Sadhan lam je yang ten ra zo de do je chang Gong pong nyer to sho chu tsar da yon nye di jeng kuro. This one you can to check, okay? Patrul Rinpoche's as the Bodhicitta's aspiration. I think we did in Portugal with Heji Zanka Rinpoche. This is the end. Or maybe you can to make a copy. I think this time is the meeting of the Buddha nature. Last the prayer, this prayer, and then the end the prayer. This is Chusarondo Yonya Di Jankoria. Chokyi Tajik on the project. Lodrupe Moji. Sonji Tembaji Pentonli Benzo Sato Samai. Zotam Kiran Koron ha 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 Obanga Sarvata. Benzerma Mem, some Benzbama Samaya.